As of October 9th, 2024, update 45 has landed! At the very least on Steam Store. I don't know what other devices are available for this update, but hopefully at some point in the near future. Now the shop has been changed when it comes to its layout, and I do like the layout of this more than the previous one where it's just an endless scroll left and right. But this actually has a bit of a structure to it now, which I thoroughly appreciate. And if you would like to support me as a creator and you want to get yourself the Fast Track Pack, then use my creator support code when purchasing the Fast Track Pack, and you'll be helping me out as a creator. Unlike other bosses in the past, we can access the Blastopopoulos on day one of the release of the boss itself, which is pretty cool. Should the boss logo change now that we do have the Blastopopoulos? Let's test out and see what Blastapopoulos is going to be like. We're not going to go through the elite version of this boss. We'll save that for another day when a boss event scenario occurs. We'll be skipping over Dredge, Bloon and Phase for the new boss. Well, at least I hope that that is the case here. I'm not going to go into specifics as to the balance changes, but I'm just going to say if a particular tower has been buffed or nerfed. So, top half monkey, or dark monkey, sorry, has been buffed overall. Bottom cross path, I'm not really too sure. It looks like it's been buffed overall across the board. Boomerang price nerfed for the Glaive Lord. Press has been buffed. Glaive Dominus price has been buffed. Top half bomb shooter has been buffed. Ice monkey overall looks like it's been given some buffs. Ice Shard now also removes camo and regrow property of targets. Now that's quite big actually. Glue Gunner, until you get to the Balloon Solver, the top cross path has been buffed. I've forgotten to place down our Geraldo item there. I'm gonna go over there actually. Glue Hose has been given a range increase, which is pretty nice to see. Sniper Monkey has been given one little buff when it comes to the bounce distance of the 240 sniper. Monkey Sub looks like it's been buffed aside from the ballistic missile and its pierce, and also the Sub Paragon looks like it's been reducing damage when it comes to its main attacks, but its radiation damage has been increased, but then its bonus damage has been decreased when it comes to bosses. Monkey Buccaneer, I've heard actually that if a plane collides with a wall, it won't actually fire against a balloon of any given point in time, so you have to actually be able to have some kind of line of sight for that one. Pyrolord Cannon bonus damage to Moabs increased, lovely. Same with Monkey Pirates. Carrier Flagship main attack Pierce increased, pretty cool. Aircraft Carrier Grape attack cooldowns remain at 1 second, not too sure what that's going on about. The Tsar Bomber has been increased, so its bombing runs now deal damage and also bonus damage against ceramics. Top half mortar and just mortars in general have been buffed, especially with the top cross path and the burning application of the middle cross path. Darting Gunner has been buffed, like the laser cannon now does more damage against mild class balloons. Ray of Doom's price has been decreased, which is pretty big, especially for those 2-tower chimp scenarios. I don't give a description of the Super Monkey here. It only scored 5 out of 5 stars instead of a 6 out of 5 in the Hall of Fame due to the high cost to reload, but cost to see if this can be re-evaluated. If somebody can tell me what that is referencing to in the comment sections below, that would be greatly appreciated. It looks like some of the sacrifice attributes when it comes to the Sun Temple has been altered a little bit. So magical sacrifices look like they've been buffed. Primary looks like they've been buffed. But the pierce of the primary has been reduced. And the military pierce has been reduced, which is not as good. Bottom path ninja looks like it's been buffed overall aside from its range, no longer being increased when you get the sticky bomb upgrade. Oh dearie me. You get one thing, but then you get another thing in return. I'm gonna have a shooty time at the end of the map here, just because I'm a bit worried about what's gonna happen over here. This is not a definitive guide on how to farm properly. Let's just say that, because I'm reading through a patch notes. Well. I'm sorry, people. I'm just going to have to put a few of these down so I can get through this round because I didn't read ahead of time. There we go. That's better. You didn't see anything. Oh, there's still one more. That's just great. Alright, before we were rudely interrupted by lead balloons, where were we? Oh, yes. Alchemist. Alchemist looks like it's been reshuffled, and also mermonkeys can now be transformed by the total transformation. Druid, for goodness sakes, it's what you call, it keeps being nerfed to oblivion. Mermonkeys, the price of mermonkeys has been reduced from 600 to 475. This is normal prices, by the way. Top path has just been buffed overall when it comes to the mermonkey. The middle, for the most part, has been nerfed because of the damage type changes, so that now it can no longer hit white balloons, which means it can no longer, you know, do some of those two-towered chimps that used to be able to do so. We need a bionic boomerang. As you can tell, I'm not very good without double cash. So it looks like some of the attacks of the middle path, when it comes to their statistics, they've gone up, but the damage typing once again has been changed to being nerfed. You know, it was good the way it was before with the ability having the shatter damage type, but no, that's not good enough. The bottom cross path looks like it's been swung about a little bit. It's been given some buffs while also some nerfs as well. Although the Echo Sense Network maximum stat going up to 10 rather than 5, brilliant. Spike Factory, once again nerfed. Ninja Kiwi really hates their Spike Factory, don't they? Engineer, Ultra Boost used per round increase from 3 to 10. That is absolutely brilliant. The Base Beast Handler range has been decreased again. Again with that sort of thing. Megalodon's been buffed from the most part, it looks like. And I'm thoroughly unprepared. This is why I can't do boss events without double cash. I just feel completely stripped of my resources. Well, it looks like our range has been shortened because of the presence of Blastopopoulos. That's not really cool, is it now? Okay, I'm going to get myself a turbocharge just so we can do a little bit of damage here. I don't like the fact that we've only got one camo popper. That's really annoying. Okay, let's see what the turbocharge can do against this thing. Looks like a little bit, which is nice, but now it's going to be disabled. And should I employ a Juggernaut here? Looks like that could be a good idea, although it doesn't really bounce off a lot. What am I expecting? There's only a few pillars in which we can utilize. Captain Churchill, I think Ninja Kiwi realized they did nuke Churchill into the ground, so they brought him up once again as now a top tier hero to use within the game. And looks like we need another means of putting stuff down. Do you see our financial situation? It's not looking good. Alright, yeah, every time a skull appears, it does replenish some of its heat gauge, so that's not really good for our endeavors. Iziri, small buff, sorta. Of course, it's been nerfed again. Corvus, nukes to the ground. Rosalia, big buffs, very big buffs. Damage increases all across the board. And I think that's about it, really. Oh, and Dread Balloon. Now spawns twice as many rock balloons out. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Making an already annoying scenario even more annoying. It's not what we call an optimal tier 1 of Blastapopoulos, but that is really good when it comes to our survival chances. I just realized we do have this 23,000 Quincy action figure. we may save it for another time. Like, let's say getting a banana central or something. Part of my stupidness, though, throughout that tier 1 is the fact that I was reading the balance notes briefly and seeing what has been changed throughout the game. You know what, let's just accelerate our means of getting more banana research facilities down, so let us do that. This is also the first boss type where having a sticky bomb is actually really bad for you, because it's a big waste of money, because any damage over time sort of things just get melted away anyway. So your sticky bombs essentially melt before they make any official explosiveness onto the boss itself. Now, if this was Elite Blastapopoulos, I would feel that I am completely stuffed when it comes to, like, the first tier. You're still learning on how to interact with this individual up here, although the Elite version is more purpley than red. Speaking of which, I need to short my defenses with this one. Any bright ideas? Oh my goodness sakes, that's quite lit! Oh gosh, you start with a full gauge of heat. That's not very good. Not very good whatsoever. Once again, you decrease our range. Oh my god, look at that dummy range on that thing. Not very good whatsoever. So, I feel like I'm still going to resort to the same strategy of getting them mad, but I'm not going to get laser shock because that is a damage over time aspect, which is actually going to be a bane to us rather than a benefit when it comes to Blastapopoulos. Okay, that gauge is slowly climbing, but our icicles here is keeping it nice and cool here, which is pretty good. Do I need to get them mad? Nah, we'll get it. We'll get it. I just realized that Blastapopoulos actually has the same theme tune as Lich does. Not Phase, which is the distorted version, but this one is definitely not the Bloonarius theme tune. And I need that sweet 60k in order to advance forward. It could just be me, but this is one really tanky boss. Okay, they're going to be... Oh, you're going to disable that. That's not good. That's not good. I really need this. And we're soon going to get to 60k. Gosh. And it increases the rate in which we have our abilities delayed. You're not going down that easily, are you now? Nope, nope, nope. Okay, so we got the mad. Okay, spawn the ability before it gets disabled tower. Yeah, I think long range stuff is not as good as close range stuff, especially with the factor of these blockades disabling us from being able to do. Oh my god, you're actually able to overheat. Maybe the casting out the ability is not a good thing whatsoever. Yeah, that decrease in its range is not very good. I'm going to put down another thing over here to cool you off. Hopefully that does enough so that you don't get up to full gauge here, because you are very close to unleashing your fiery wrath. And I do not want that, okay? Me do not want that at all. Okay, get myself another B out there. And you have become part of the frozen wastelands. Right, we're now going towards a Monkeyopolis over here. This is definitely not what you call the most financially sound way of going through this scenario. All I think about is top paths and selling bottom paths in order to get a top path that much easier. People say that the monkey banks are the most financially optimal way of getting the most money early on, but I'm like, really? It's money that you don't inherently have, but it's something that's stored? Like, that's just... It doesn't seem like it's actually a beneficial aspect towards me. I'd rather just have the money straight away. Like, what makes middle cross path the most financially optimal cross path? I don't really fancy going through that convoluted route of getting a Dark Paragon on round 27. Hopefully we'll get ourselves some Monkeyopolis soon, but it honestly feels like the amount of money in which we're getting is just absolutely diabolical. That's why I always play double cash mode when it comes to these boss events, because I just feel so stripped and starved of resources. It's not fun. I do want to get ourselves a Dark Paragon next, but I'm still thinking about my financial situation here. It's just absolutely abysmal outside of our Monkeyopoulos, which I should really get a Monkey Town for to increase its product. Oh, sorry, Monkey City to increase its money even more. Pretty good. If we can get ourselves a Banana Central before the end of this round, that would be pretty good. And I'm gonna slowly slog my way in order to getting a Dart Paragon up and running, but not guaranteed to get it so that I can effectively use it. Right, round 79. I feel like I'm not gonna get the Dart Paragon with what we've got going on here. And don't ignite my stuff. Thank you very much. What have I ever done to you? Aside from the other tiers in which I have vanquished of you. Right, it would be a very, very bad idea to use the Plasma Monkey Fan Club ability on this thing, wouldn't it? Since it has purple immunity. From what I can tell, Blastapopoulos is a very tanky boss, or it has properties that enable certain kinds of damage to have a reduced effect on it in comparison to other bosses. Maybe I'm hallucinating here, but I'm definitely seeing like a lack of damage, even though I haven't really got a lot on the field, but I just feel like things are not as effective as they can be. But we're coming up very close to its first skull, and we're definitely like about nearly halfway throughout the track, but we do have a nice surprise now in the form of the Dart Paragon. Let's see, are you going to... You are! So that spot is kind of a hindrance there. That's not very good. I was hoping to utilize that factor. Maybe if I had you within there, perhaps I could have utilized these stones a bit more. Actually, I'm utilizing the stones a lot, although now we are overheating! Boom. Slow round. Take it easy. And because we can now use the Ultra Boost up to 10 times a round, we can essentially store the round so then we can get something from times, well, 0 to times 10 within the entire round. Okay, DDTs. Oh, I should have gotten the other cross path for you, but alas, we have our Dart Paragon at the end of the map here. Speaking of Paragons, put you down here before the round ends. What's going to be our next Paragon? You know what, since the Glaive Dominus' price has been cheapened, which is pretty good for our endeavors, we're going to get this one next. And let us get ourselves some boats with our favorite flavors coming out from the sides of these ships now, which are pretty swag. Not only are they favorite trades, but they are now canonically flavor trades. And nothing can go wrong with a Nabark of the Sea, especially when you can have more boats thanks to the presence of the Lord of the Abyss, which has been given several buffs in this update, including a pierce increase towards nearby towers, so they can do much more work than they normally would be able to do so otherwise. The price has been decreased, and it now properly applies us into Mo class Bloons and all that jazz, so that it's actually better than the upgrade before it, because it used to be that the Abyssal Warrior was much better than the Lord of the Abyss when it comes to actually slowing stuff down, which honestly doesn't make any sense, but it was that way round. But I'm glad Ninja Kiwi has fixed that little thing going on there. Okay, Glaive Dominus. Let's see what we've got going on here. What do we have? 35. You know what? That's absolutely fine. We've got 24, then we've got 35 over here. Let's get cracking. Now, this shouldn't be as good against the Blastopopoulos against this, just because of the Glaive Lord aspect, applying that damage over time, which could be a hindrance towards our endeavors here. And I should honestly reapply the Icicle Impale. And I'm going to get myself a Super Brittle as well. But also, we're going to get ourselves the Absolute Zero so that we can call this thing off. Hopefully the Absolute Zero has a good effect on this. Like, I feel like it could have the best effect on the Blastopopoulos because of the fact that it has a map-wide ability. No, we're definitely heating this thing up way too quickly. Yeah, we managed to defeat it just before it's able to heat up once again, but I think it kind of like has a Gwendolyn effect, but obviously it's a bad thing against us. I decided that the game was going on for too long, so I decided to remove the ice towers. Also, a very important bug was fixed with the Nave Arc of the Seas, because by default it used to have the sharp damage type, but now it's been rectified so that it's like every other Paragon in the game, which has the normal damage type. Don't know why this was not seen beforehand, but it's a good thing that it's fixed. I know it's a bit ahead of time, but we're just going to see what degree Nave Arc of the Seas that we are going to get when we sell all of this. Yeah, that's everything that we need to sell sold. Oh, there's you as well. So we're going to place that down, and we're just going to see, like, what is going to be our figure over here. Okay, we can do a little bit more because of these flavor trays alone. Sorry, flavor trays alone. I'm so hilarious. How about now? Ooh, 2.28 million. Let's see what degree we're gonna get. A level 74 Nave Arc. Pretty good. I'm gonna swallow one of those in. And what else are we gonna perform here? You know, a carpet of spikes. You haven't been changed in this update, but the other two cross paths have been given pierce nerfs, which is not very appreciated. Stop nerfing the spike factory. Okay, we need a way to cool this thing off, which is... Hopefully we can do this with the fire rate in which we're going at, because this goes up depending on how fast we're firing, rather than like how many projectiles we're throwing out, because it's counted as like you're firing once, but you're firing off many things. Okay, need more things to cool you off. Cool you off, dear hot individual. Don't go up too hot, please. Okay. Damage turbo time is kind of having a bad effect here, so maybe Glaidomus is not the best one up against this, but seems to be doing okay. So Nave Arc of the Seas definitely pulling in the weight there in order to finish off this scenario. Glaidomus obviously getting the most amount there, but honestly feeling like the Nave Arc of the Seas would have caught up with it. Yeah, you were just for the first few tiers, honestly. Tier 3 at best. So that is Blastapopoulos. So what's that? What else is there in update 45? We do have some new challenges. Least cash, fast tracked, which is part of the fast tracked pack in which you can purchase for yourself so that you can utilize it on more than just water park. 5 minutes of frozen over. How much damage can you do in a set amount of time? And one-sided, which is essentially make Infernal, twice as hard by locking out one side. And you're playing on Impossible as well, as far as I've heard. So you're making an already very hard map incredibly difficult. I don't seem to see the bat skin for the BFB. Maybe that will be implemented once the special event goes on. Where is it? Yeah, the collection event. That's what I was trying to get at. Maybe that'll only be unlocked once the collection event unlocks. We're getting a boss event in 2 days. I wonder what it's gonna be. If you want to read the whole patch notes thing, look at this link down here on the bottom left hand side. Here will be information in which you need to know about this new update. So one last thing is to check out the new map, Ancient Portal. So what's really interesting about this map is that depending on where you place your tower, you will gain some buffs out of it. So Geraldo placed here will gain a pop increase and a range increase. But if I put something over here, you get innate camera detection and an MIB status, which is pretty cool. If you place your hero over here or place something over there, you get I think you need a hero in order to utilize that over there. So Dart over there doesn't do anything, Tac doesn't do anything, Military doesn't do anything, Magic doesn't do anything, Support doesn't do anything. But maybe it's like a combination of different stuff in which you need to utilize in order to do this. Like, I'm not one of the early access creators where they are able to fully explore what it is that each of these tiles do. I think there's more effects in which this map has, but I don't know what they are. Maybe more of them will be unlocked as more of these squares are glowing up. But If Geraldo is there, then the shooting types will also receive the same buffs as well. Maybe Geraldo would have been better over here, actually. You know what, Geraldo? You're going to have innate normal damage type. And I wonder if certain scenarios could work here. So, if you're looking for a 2-tower chimps and you're lacking in something like a particular kind of damage with your tower, then perhaps that could be a thing. And it seems like these squares only benefits the hero. So I wonder if we need to progress through the game more so that more of these, because it looks like it's not just these ones on the road here that glow up. It seems like there could be, like, there's a little thing glowing there, there's a thing glowing there, there's these totems which also glow up that causes a wide stun effect to all balloons on the screen which can be stunned. Let's try and contain this game to just this area over here before they go inside the portal. Now, what you can do with this map is realign the portal. Now, this is amazing for 2 mega pop scenarios, because let's say if you want to contain your later game towards the bottom left, well, you can do that by aligning this portal over here, but having your early game, having your early towers over here so that they don't actually affect your late game. However, as of this time of this recording, there is a bug with the portal where if you retry the round, there is a chance where the game will automatically flip the portal over here, and you know this option in which you can realign the portal, that's just disabled. You can't access it. I think this map for an advanced map is on the easiest side. It's kind of like Cornfield when it comes to easiness. Definitely not like X Factor, which is incredibly hard, or Erosion, which is incredibly hard. Not all heroes wear capes, but this one will certainly wear a worn out one. Ah, these stones down here are starting to glow a little bit more. This one over here is not, so I think it is down to how far in the game you have reached. That depends on the glowness of these stones down here. Because it looks like there are several things across the track. There's these papers over here, there's these papers over here. Do they all mean something once you are able to connect all of the dots? Are there certain kinds of towers which you need to place down? So this one with a line over here, maybe we need to put down a top half druid of sorts. Let's see actually if that is a thing, or am I just imagining things as I'm going along. So, we do have a Heart of Thunder down. We'll increase its range. Yeah, nothing seems to be happening, or maybe I just need for us to be the sole attacker to activate that. I don't know. Okay, knockback, ultra vision, super range, the whole shish kebab. Okay, round 39. Just put you on Geraldo. Yeah, this is definitely a easy scenario because we are playing on the easy difficulty, but you get an idea of what the map is like. Maybe if you want me to do a video trying to like discover all the little secrets here and there throughout this map, then please let me know, but it's going to require a lot of try and error sort of thing, which I'm not a huge try and error sort of person. I just like to see things how they are rather than trying to unearth the unearthable, if you get what I mean. But that is going to be our coverage of update 45. From now onwards, we're going to be 2 megapots, 2 tower chimps. There's definitely some new 2 tower chimps, maybe even including one with a certain hero which was impossible beforehand to get a 2 tower chimps with, but perhaps there is room to work with Rosalia now that her scatter missiles damage has increased, her a level 20 kinetic charge has also greatly increased. All across the board, every attack that Rosalia has now become stronger, which I appreciate, but also I'm going to say something quite unpopular here, but I didn't like it when Corvus was in his prime back in update 40.1, I believe. And even though the nerfs to him have hurt him throughout this update, he's just such an incredibly micro-intensive tower, which honestly puts so many people off from trying to explore his strengths. And I'm just going to say that out loud, that I'm not a big fan of Corvus and the 1 tower co-op chimpsiness that he had back in update 40, where it broke the community in a way. Just like Geraldo broke the community in a way, and Sordo broke the community in a way when it comes to just doing a Chimps game with just them and nothing else. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Hope you will enjoy update 45. Remember to use my creator support code whenever you are purchasing anything throughout the store, including the Fast Track Pack, the Pets Fan Club. You know, you could just you do get these backgrounds and stuff, but when it comes to pets, you could just play the game and get your pets through there. So let's say you go to your monkeys, you go to your pets, and then here are all your pets in which you can acquire from over the years, although some of them are behind like limited holiday sort of stuff, so that's kind of understandable if you don't have something which is locked behind a holiday limited time sort of thing. And that is the appeal towards having this Pets Fan Club, which, can you see a snowman over here? Oh, you can see a Babbo. And Corvishajal, that's so cute. Okay, this outro has gone on for long enough. Thank you all so much for watching. Please let me know what you thought of the video down in the comment sections below. Definitely not the most ideal Blastopopoulos run. Yes, I'm going to continue giving it a different name every time I mention it, just because it looks like you can fit something within it. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and take care of yourselves.